Yo. 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 Shout out to Kale with the super, with the $2 super. Appreciate it. Didn't even go live. Already dropping those super chats. What's good? What's good? What's goody? Where the fuck y'all at? Where you bitches at, bro? Shout out to King J. Shout out to Sway. Shout out to John. Shout out to Lucas. Shout out to Boob Sucker. Shout out to LS. Shout out to Freddie. I'll get a super you won't see eventually. Nah, you're not getting it, Kale. Shouts out to Kale for the super chat. Shouts out to Lee. Shout out to Nihal. Shout out to Art. Shout out to Art. Shout out to Ants. What's good, everybody? These spoilers, man. These spoilers. So has everyone here read it? I don't think I need to do like a read, right? Or do you guys want me to read through the spoilers? How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? We have the spoilers in the description, so if anybody comes through like, yo, where the spoilers at? They're in the description. I don't want to hear no bullshit. Like last week, people tried telling me, you have fake spoilers. But how y'all feeling, man? This chapter's looking crazy. This chapter's looking crazy. What's good, Iconic? This chapter's looking crazy because you have Big Mom saying that or you have Pudding saying that Big Mom's dead. That's one huge thing, right? A dead emperor. And it wouldn't be the first because obviously Whitebeard, you know, he died Marineford. It's not impossible for emperors to die, right? So, you know, hi ho, the Wicked Witch is dead. The Wicked Witch. Do you remember when you said Law is the 10th Titanic captain in previous stream? Yeah, I do remember that. It was more so exploring the option because I also have a video about Shiki being the 10th Titanic captain. I think it's always important to like go down multiple avenues because Shiki was possible, Law was possible, even I guess Rouge was possible. People also said Caribou. Like there's a million different ways you could go with it, but it seems like with this chapter it's pretty much confirming that Law is the 10th, or not Law, it's pretty much confirming Kuzan's the 10th Titanic captain. That whole mystery's kind of like done, right? Because guys, they said in the spoilers, cover story Kuzan and Augur, the Blackbeard pirates. In the cover it is written as Kuzan is indeed a crewmate of Teach and not an alliance. That would imply that Kuzan's the 10th, right? So, and it makes a lot of sense. Like I brought this up multiple streams, but you guys know how at the beginning of Dressrosa, when they introduce Jesus Burgess without the bag on his head, that was the moment where they mentioned that there's 10 Titanic captains. That's what like spawned the mystery. And then later on towards the end of the arc, when Akainu and the Godose are arguing, the Godose talks about Aokiji working with Blackbeard. So that kind of like those two things, you just tie it together, and through Dressrosa you would come to the conclusion that Aokiji is the 10th Titanic captain. Very simple stuff, but any chances of Shaka being the man with the burn scar? I would say that's extremely low, and that's because I feel like the way Oda's gonna portray the burn scar situation is he's gonna have Kid approach this character. Seems like Shaka, Vegapunk, whatever, they're gonna be on Egghead. I don't see Kid going his own separate direction apart from Law and Luffy, just to go to Luffy's direction. It doesn't really make sense. I think whoever the man with the burn scar is who Kid's going towards right now. I have no idea who it is. I was thinking it was gonna be Aokiji. That was a very good option, but it looks pretty grim right now. I don't see why it would be Aokiji at this point. Well, actually, because these spoilers tell us that Aokiji's with Blackbeard right now. So that cover story of Whole Cake getting frozen, yeah, that was Aokiji, but that took place in the past, right? Shouts out to Lucas with the 10, bro. Appreciate you, Lucas. Always coming to the streams. Always on our Discord. Always super chatting, bro. Until we find out, I'm naming Kuma's race / tribe the Barrel Men. He and Teach are shaped like barrels. You know what? I'll support that. I'm with you. I was gonna say that Kuma is panda. He's from a panda race, but fuck it. Barrel Men. I'm down, bro. Barrel Men. I'm down. Appreciate the super chat, bro. I'll push the agenda. We have who's all in it, Lucas? Kuma, obviously. Blackbeard. Who else? There has to be more people shaped like barrels. Gecko Moria is the opposite, right? Would that make Gecko Moria a barrel man? A barrel man, even though like it's upside down? Appreciate the super chat, Lucas, man. Vegapunk member of RA, good one. Like that one, like I don't see why people were giving pushback on that, right? Because it was just like, why? Like there's a lot of reasons why Vegapunk should have been working with Dragon. You look at how Kuma is a bridge between them. You look at how it seems like Vegapunk has the same exact technology that Lindbergh has. You also have what? There's a lot of other things. How I need to go back to my Vegapunk video because I literally like the last half of the video I was naming shit. How a lot of the revs are like aviator styled characters, and then Punk 06 was aviator as well. There's a lot of little things that is just like, to me, very obvious. Shout out to King J. King J says last week Blackbeard said he was waiting for one of the 3 supernovas. If it was Luffy instead of Law, Blackbeard coming out there with an incomplete crew and just 2 devil fruits would have been stupid. I mean, I get the argument that Blackbeard would have an incomplete crew given that it's Luffy instead of Law right now, but at the same time I don't think Luffy beats Blackbeard. I think what a lot of people there's 2 things people get confused about when it comes to like power scaling in One Piece. One, people forget that villains progressively get stronger. There might be 1 or maybe 2 times in the entire story where that wasn't true because of something context wise. But generally the villains progressively get stronger, right? So that's one thing. Obviously Blackbeard would have to be stronger than Kaido. 2, Oda will always portray a villain much stronger than Luffy. That way the fight against the villain is super intense. Luffy versus Kaido was super intense because what? When Luffy first pulled up on Kaido, Thunder Bagua, you're done. Like we're on 2 different planes of existence. So like Oda's always gonna have Luffy far weaker than his villain or his enemy, and through fighting him, you know, once, twice, 3 times, Luffy grows and grows and grows, gets more abilities, awakens, gear 5, whatever. So I expect the same thing to be for Blackbeard. Whenever Luffy is gonna approach Blackbeard, you're gonna feel and see that huge difference. It's gonna be like Luffy and Kaido, where you're like, dude, I don't know how Luffy's gonna beat this guy. And I think a lot of people are kind of like losing sight of Oda's writing style. I don't see a scenario where the very first moment Luffy pulls up on Blackbeard, it's like, oh, their gap is super tiny. Like, I don't see that being the case. Do you think Kuma is odd for the same reason Blackbeard is? Perhaps they're the same race. I wouldn't, you know, I would say no, I don't see that. And the reason for that is because Marco insinuated Blackbeard having 2 devil fruits is because of his weird body. And Blackbeard's the only character in the entire story with 2 devil fruits. I feel like the enigma or the question mark surrounding like, oh, having 2 devil fruits, it's Blackbeard specific. I wouldn't connect Blackbeard's race to the 2 devil fruit mystery, because then it's not Blackbeard having a weird body, it's the whole race having a weird body, and I don't really see Oda going down that route. But I mean, what didn't this chapter say that Kuma is a special race? What do you guys think about that, chat? Cool or boring? What do you guys, cool or boring? What do you guys think? I personally think it's cool because we had Big Mom earlier in the story. She approached Kid and Queen and she's like, hey, I'm trying to gather every race in the world. Kid, you're one of the ones, or I'm sorry, King, you're one of the ones I'm missing. She mentioned 2, so it's like, what was the other one then, right? Or 3, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. There is still another race that she didn't have, that she also didn't mention. Maybe that race was Kuma's. What are you guys saying? Hi man, how are you? What's up, Monkey D. Luffy? Hello, my favorite One Piece creator. What's up? And Intellectual Minds, what's good, bro? Captain Wuss, what's good, bro? Do you think Katakuri will ask Luffy for help to get Pudding back? I'm not sure. I feel like it could go a few different routes. Maybe even Sanji, like the Straw Hat Pirates going against Blackbeard Pirates, that could fuel Sanji to be like, wait, why the fuck do you have Pudding? Nah, bro. And he kind of does it for Katakuri. But I don't really see Katakuri leaving Whole Cake just to go to find Luffy and then have Luffy save Pudding. I feel like I don't think these characters want to abandon their islands and their countries, right? Like I know recently I saw someone saying that Vivi is on her way to Elbaf, and I'm just like, what about Alabasta? Alabasta was crying, right? Didn't they literally like fucking lose a king? Cobra died. This is the absolute worst time for Vivi to leave Alabasta. If Vivi's, first of all, I don't even believe Vivi's like out and about. I believe Vivi got captured. So for her to, if she somehow wasn't captured, why the fuck would she abandon Alabasta? Fuck her country, I guess, right? Do you think Cat and the remaining Big Mom crew will ally with the Straw Hats? Probably like Final War type beat, yeah, but not against Blackbeard or anything. She mentioned 3, 1 is Lunarian, 1 is Giant, 3rd one's a mystery. Yeah, so I'm thinking the mystery race is Kuma's race, right? What are you guys saying? Because Kuma apparently is from a special race. What else do we have from these spoilers? Law versus Teach. Law tries to separate Teach's limbs using Ope powers, but Teach negates Law's powers using Yami. Yeah, with Pudding awakening her 3rd eye, she opened her 3rd eye forever ago. I also saw people like confused about that. It's just like, why are we confused? Didn't Pudding open her 3rd eye like hundreds of chapters ago? Hey 333, me and Lil bro watching right now while grinding Overwatch. What's up, Sam? What's good? What's good, Art? I think it's the perfect time to introduce Gaban and Shiki to rescue Law. Why would they rescue Law? What does Shiki owe Law? There's no relationship between Shiki and Law. Same thing with Gaban. Doesn't that seem kind of like coping? You could, at this point, just name any random character in the story and say that they're gonna save Law. Isn't that kind of weird? Since when does Shiki have any relationship with Law? Because especially with like how you're saying it, you're saying you're not saying they're gonna fight Blackbeard. You're saying they're gonna save Law. Those are 2 different things. If I showed up to Blackbeard and Law's fight right now, and I said, yo, Blackbeard, fuck that, fight me. That's me fighting Blackbeard. Versus me showing up and being like, Law, we have to go. Let's go. And like run away. It's just like. And also like, no matter which way you spin it, it's just horrible for the story to have Law escape. We were just talking about how Blackbeard needs to look good. Blackbeard needs to look huge and menacing. So like, why downplay him when he's gonna fight Luffy soon? Isn't that kind of like counterproductive? We're chilling, Art. What about you, bro? I think to like either lose to Law or let Law escape, that's just counterproductive to Blackbeard's character. And then you would have to question, okay, then what was the point of this interaction? Not only are you making Law look luckier and stronger than he needs to be, but then you're also making Blackbeard look weaker and unluckier than he needs to be. Then also you're just kind of wasting pages. If Law gets away with 0 repercussions and Blackbeard doesn't get anything out of this confrontation or exchange, this whole thing's pointless. I'd rather just get something else. I'd rather just not have this in the story and Oda use his ink on something else. Why do all this if Blackbeard's not gonna get something out of it? What's the point? Longshin tribe? Yes, Blackbeard is getting some type of W from recent events. Facts. Even like when Blackbeard pulled up to Amazon Lily, yeah, he didn't capture Boa or get the fruit, but he got Kobe, right? That's gonna come into play. What's up, Uncle Snacks? What's good, bro? Beppo is YC1. Law finds out Blackbeard's weakness. See, the only reason that would like the only thing that could really serve is if Law relays that information to what, Luffy? If Law discovers Blackbeard's weakness and doesn't tell anybody, then like what's the point then? Because clearly like Law isn't gonna defeat Blackbeard. You're so salty. Law about to beat Blackbeard and kidnap Pudding. Finally, he has someone to read. Do you have any theory about the Three-Eyed Tribe? Bro, honestly, I think the Three-Eyed Tribe is gonna be like full of hacks. Kale, I'm not posing for your Snapchat or screenshot. Wait, SC, is that Snapchat? Kale, I'm not posing, bro. What were we talking about? Oh, Third-Eyed Tribe. They're just, bro, I think Third-Eyed Tribe is literally just gonna be hacks, right? Like, Blackbeard, he needed a tool to allow him to read poneglyphs, possibly have the voice of all things. Like, I feel like Oda's gonna once again give Blackbeard a cheat code in the story, and this time it's gonna be Three-Eyed Tribe, and he's gonna be able to do insane things. Blackbeard's gonna be able to do insane things through his crew, and we're just gonna mark it off. Oh well, she's the Third-Eyed Tribe, you know, like. Bruh, no, for the theory form about theories. Pose for a photo, SC. What do you mean by it? But, bruh, no for the theory form post. What do you mean SC? I'm confused. Why you gotta eat and smack your lips so much? I mean, you could just close the stream, right? You don't have to be here. Fine, you get what you get. Kale, what are you doing? How is SC screenshot? Wouldn't that be SS? I think Aokiji, Law, and Kobe have a sword reunion. Just to lose? Like, look, no matter which way you spin it, Law or Blackbeard losing is bad and damaging for his character when we're trying to hype him up against Luffy. And then Aokiji switching sides immediately right now and losing, like, what's the point of that? Either way, it's just, I don't see the point. Do you think Law dies? So the interesting thing about Law, guys, is well, there's a question about Law versus Blackbeard that no one's asking, and it's the most important question. It's the most important question, and I'm not seeing anybody ask it. The most important question in this entire ordeal is, Does Blackbeard know about the Ope Ope no Mi? If you say yes, then Law has to die. There's no way around it. Why? If Blackbeard knows about the Ope Ope no Mi and he knows about the surgery, he will simply go to Law and say, hey Law, either you die, thus giving me immortality, or I kill you and I make someone else do it. Your choice. It's a wrap. How do you, like, I mean, what else do I have to say, right? It's literally that simple. If he doesn't know, then he won't be able to be in that situation of Law dying. Because it seems like everyone knows, or most people believe, that Law will be defeated. If Law is defeated and he's laying on the ground, bleeding out, and Blackbeard knows about the fruit, it's very simple. Either you use the surgery or I kill you and make someone else do it. I'm like reading chat, like, guys, if you're gonna like give an argument, make an argument, like Law not going, what does that mean? Like, I just gave you guys my argument, and it's very simple. If Blackbeard knows about the fruit, he will tell Law, use the surgery on me, or I kill you. Either way, Law dies, right? So, like, I don't see the confusion here. If you believe Blackbeard knows Law has the devil fruit, it's over. And also, I saw someone say that Blackbeard had the devil fruit encyclopedia. You can't necessarily just assume that the Ope Ope no Mi was in the encyclopedia. Guys, you gotta form arguments. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm being respectful. But you gotta form an argument. I gave you a very simple line of events. If Blackbeard knows Law has the fruit, he will say, hey Law, use the fruit, or I kill you and make someone use the fruit. Right? That's a proper argument. Something like Law not dying, that's not an argument. Like, it's just an opinionated statement, right? So, like, does anyone have a rebuttal besides Law's not dying? Like, because like I'm kind of reading chat, people are just saying Law's not dying. That's not a rebuttal. What's good, Abine? The spoilers are fucking insane, bro. You already know, Stein. Law give immortality to Beppo. Should have posed? Kale, what the fuck did you do, pussy? What did you do, motherfucker? What did you do, Kale? All Blackbeard's crew already have devil fruits, so you need strong medical knowledge. That's your headcanon. There's no proof that you need strong medical knowledge to use the Ope Ope no Mi. Bro, my theory is that that Law will not die because main character would not die dead. Would not dead. Because there may be deal with Blackbeard and Law that don't kill me. Huh? No, I'm not Indian. Yo, shout out to my boy Black Lighting for 2. Oda hit a blunt and said, watch this, bro. Oda took a fat fucking dab and just wrote 20 chapters in one night. Shouts out to my boy Black Lighting though. Oda's been in his bag for 20 chapters in a row, bro. Alright, it seems like the Ayo, I put in the Cookman order. The Cookman order. I think I know what you're referring to, bro. Was it the thing you sent me yesterday? Alright, it seems like the general consensus from chat, just kind of reading, it seems like what's gonna happen is Blackbeard's, apparently he knows about the Ope Ope. He's gonna approach Law, and he's gonna say, hey Law, either you use the surgery on me, therefore you die, or I kill you and I make someone else use the surgery. And Law's gonna say, I can't die yet, and Blackbeard's gonna be like, yeah, you're right, and just walk away. It seems like that's the general consensus here. Law's gonna tell Blackbeard, I'm not dying yet, partner, and Blackbeard's gonna be like, shit, you're right, and just walk away. That's fucking hilarious. How come no one never wanted the Yami Yami no Mi fruit if there's a devil fruit encyclopedia? Well, see, like, again, we can't assume literally every single fruit in the stories in that book. We don't know which fruits are in there. We don't know which fruits are in that book. It could be similar to Law versus Dofi, where Law just gets rocked around and just doesn't die. But the context there is that Luffy was bound to fight Dofi, and Dofi was there, right? No one's here to save Law. And it's definitely not Luffy. And then again, like, if someone saves Law, then what's the point of this? At least Law versus Dofi was hyping up Dofi. Dofi was looking strong. Dofi was looking menacing. But someone coming through to save Law makes Blackbeard look less threatening. And then what? We're gonna fight a less threatening villain? No real evidence, but I just don't think that Law's dying yet. Like, how do I say this? What do I do with the information of you thinking something's not gonna happen? Like, how do we gauge that? The Discord chat is out of here. I don't think Law's getting saved unless the Navy pull up to not save, but just to pull up and fight Blackbeard. But speechless, like, then that just kind of, again, we're just kind of going backwards here, because this just makes, can someone ban the dude spamming? That just makes Blackbeard look even worse, because, again, if he can't even capture Law, who's supposed to be way beneath him, it's just like, how do we build up to Luffy versus Blackbeard? Aokiji or Kuzan is an admiral serving Blackbeard. That should put Blackbeard way above Law. If Blackbeard fails to capture Law, that just doesn't make sense for Blackbeard's character, not only power skill wise, but then on top of that, narratively. Because what? We're gonna gas up Blackbeard by having him fail to capture Law? Law level up more than Blackbeard. Look at this guy in chat. Law levels up more than Blackbeard. He fought a Yonko. Blackbeard is a Yonko. The fuck? Blackbeard is a Yonko. How are you you're gonna gas up Law to be above Blackbeard or equal when Blackbeard is a Yonko, and he's been a Yonko, and he's the only person with 2 devil fruits. That wasn't a very good argument. Law doesn't die because winner is near Sphinx. The Rocks... Wait, we don't know if it's near Sphinx. The Rocks match up so Marco dies to prevent the gen from going out until the time they change the world occurs. Law looks better as a woman. Alright, well, this Blackbeard conversation's not really going anywhere. Let's look at something else for the spoilers, though. Yo, Jay, were there wrong details in the spoilers, by the way? I think you DM'd me earlier and I looked away. Oh, okay. Jay, I saw your message. Let me... Okay, guys, so in something in the spoilers, it says Shiryu is here, he's invisible. Apparently that's not true. And it's not true because you can't see someone invisible. Shiryu has a clear color fruit. That just wasn't in the spoilers. You were wrong about Green Bull is Zoro's dad. Wrong about Law is 10th Titanic captain. You were gonna be wrong about Law dying champ. They didn't mention immortality operation with him ever. Well, Green Bull being Zoro's dad, that was just us getting zero exposition about Zoro and Wano in general. And whether it's wrong or right, it doesn't really matter because I make content for entertainment, right? Like, I'm not trying to... no one has a scoreboard. People watch my videos because they're entertaining and it makes them happy and they're excited to talk about a theory. I think you're the only one that cares about like keeping a scoreboard. But even if you wanted to play like that, I think that was a really good option, right? I'd rather be wrong saying something good that makes sense given the whole everything in the video. That's why people really enjoyed it, because it made sense. Versus saying something like ZKK where it just doesn't make sense to begin with. Then you said wrong about loss at 10th Titanic captain. I think, again, just like solidifying one position, why would you do that? Nobody knew for sure who the 10th Titanic captain was. I made a video about Shiki being 10th Titanic captain. Oh, Aokiji, what's the point of making a video about that? Like, that seems like really clear cut. It's just like, I think you forget YouTube is entertainment. You don't need to justify these comments. Laugh tail, more like LJF. What's that? Yo, love you too, Rizarda. Is that how you say it, Rizarda? NL 10th Titanic. That's a little wacky, bro. That's a little wacky, bro. What motive would Aokiji have to join Blackbeard? I think like that has to do with like don't get me wrong, Kuzan has always come off as a calm person. He doesn't really seem emotionally driven. Like, that seems like something fairly apparent. But given that he had to fight Akainu for the position of Fleet Admiral, and like it seems like he would hate how Akainu would run the system, therefore he would have to run for it and compete against him, and just to end up losing, it feels like Aokiji or Kuzan probably holds a lot of anger towards not only Akainu himself, but how the Marine to the world government runs. If you believe that, then it makes a lot of sense for Blackbeard, who's opposing the world government, opposing the Marines, to work with Blackbeard, right? Because like this whole time, Blackbeard's been stronger than Luffy. If you believe Blackbeard will fight Luffy, then you have to believe Blackbeard's stronger than Luffy until they fight. So it would make more sense for Kuzan to work with Blackbeard because he hates Akainu and the Marines so much. What do you think about the theory that goes like there's a traitor in the Straw Hats? That's just garbage. Laugh tail, more like Luffy's tail. Not every theory has to be correct. That's why there are theories, bro. Right. I agree. And I even try to like tell people like my theories are theories and my theories are entertainment. Like, very often I use the phrase "in my opinion." Whenever I like hard push like a statement, it's because the story literally says that, right? Like if I'm like, yo, it's confirmed that Blackbeard has 10 followers, 10 captains, that's because the story literally says that. It's not a theory. What's up, God Scout? Weevil will come to fight Blackbeard. Laser Shock, what's good, bro? Let me see. I got an actual question for you, big dog. What power would you want for yourself, or what fruits are you wanting to be added to One Piece? For myself, I think the Ope Ope no Mi would be crazy. What do you guys think, chat? If you guys could pick a devil fruit to have in the real world, in real life, what devil fruit would it be? For me, probably the Ope Ope. And they said, what fruit are you waiting to be added for One Piece? I think like a radiation fruit. If someone had a radiation fruit, that'd be insane, bro. Imagine a radiation fruit. That shit would be cracked. It'd be cracked. You entertain us with your opinion and theory. Thanks, bro. You're a go. Hey, John. Appreciate you, bro. A theory is just an idea. You want to share an idea to get others' thoughts, and others put together new ideas. It's all fun, or it's all for fun. Nobody needs to take a pirate cartoon seriously. And like, that's kind of like the purpose for YouTube, right? Like, either you're what? Entertaining, or you're teaching. Do you take references from other sources like Reddit? When I do, I shout them out, but I guess that's your answer, right? When I do, I shout them out. I always shout people out. I try to shout people out like almost every video. Constantly shouting people out. OP no Mi has radiation. Law can manipulate gamma. What's that? Op has radiation. Law can. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'd want a blood fruit. I could control anybody. That'd be pretty insane, bro. That'd be pretty insane. A blood fruit. Imagine just like owning that. You could just sap blood out of people. Like maybe you grab their arm and you just drain blood. Kind of like how Crocodile grabs people's arm and like drains moisture. Oh my god. This is where the Ziha fruit comes into play. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Personally, I'd want a woodwood fruit. That'd be pretty good. Like if you had a woodwood fruit and you're fighting in the middle of a field, like the middle of like a plains, that'd be pretty cracked, bro. Just spawn trees out of the ground. You'd have to, your enemy would have to be flying, and even then you could still spawn a tree out of the ground and make it grow really tall and go towards someone. Yeah, like a woodwood fruit. I guess the better version of a woodwood fruit is Green Bull's fruit, right? It just seems to be the same thing plus more. Shout out to my boy John Smith. This is where the Ziha fruit comes into play. Yes, sir. Ziha no Mi, baby. Let's go. Where's Miles? I know Miles is in chat somewhere. Where you at, Miles? The Ziha no Mi, man. He's a big advocate for that idea. Zebek is emu because he won the war, do you believe? No. Zebek was known to kill celestial dragons and just try to destroy everybody, and they hated him so much that they erased him. I don't see why he's probably the worst candidate for emu. Plus, we know for a fact the celestial dragons and the world government and the Godase, they are descendants of the people from the ancient kingdom, or they're the descendants of the people from the 20 great kingdoms that came together. So I think Zebek being emu is like literally the worst option. Do you think emu is a new or already known character? I think he's new. I think emu's a new character, and since they keep, like, Oda keeps pushing that again, the celestial dragons, they're descendants of the 20 kingdoms that, you know, created the world government. To me, that's like, okay, all of these guys, they are a separate entity. They're not people roaming the world. They're not pirates. They're not revs. Like, they are their own separate entity from you know, the originators of the world government. Going off that, I feel like that kind of pushes me to believe that Emu's the same way, right? Emu would be a descendant of the 20 kingdoms. But I'd even go as far as to say that Emu would be from the Void Century. I feel like Emu is gonna be that dude, bro. I think he's gonna be that dude. Also, my bad, L. I missed that super chat, bro. Shouts out to my boy L for the 2 big shouts out to L. How does Aki Inu know about Law versus Blackbeard? Aokiji? See, Aokiji on surface level, L, my bad for missing that super chat, bro. On surface level, Aokiji makes sense because, you know, Aokiji was a Marine, but the problem is that he's not one anymore. That relationship, it's in the past, it's said and done. What I'm thinking is they simply intercepted calls that was being made from Blackbeard Pirates' crew. Because look at when Blackbeard and Jesus Burgess invaded Baltigo. You remember that? Jesus Burgess invaded Baltigo following Sabo and the Revs to Baltigo to Dragon's base, and Jesus Burgess made the call, and Jesus Burgess was like, yo, Blackbeard, pull up, I'm on this island over here, maybe you have my Vivi card or log post, some shit, pull up, I found Rev's base. And then what happened? Blackbeard went to Baltigo to fight Dragon, and Cypherpole interrupted that fight. I think how they did that is simply because Cypherpole, the Marines, etc., they intercepted the call between Burgess and Blackbeard. Given that already took place in the story earlier, again, I could see that being the same case where somebody in the crew, they were making calls and the Marines intercepted it. And like, especially when you consider what, 4 chapters ago, they intercepted a call from Sabo. Like, Marines are just on everybody's ass. The Marines have everything tapped. The Marines and the world government, they're like, yo, let's intercept this call. Let's intercept that call. Let's just get info on everything. So I wouldn't put my money on Aokiji letting Aki Inu know, despite Aokiji having a new allegiance to Blackbeard and Aki Inu hating Aokiji. I don't really see the point of going down that route. I think it's simply the Marines and the world government, they intercepted the call from Blackbeard Pirates. But shout out to you, L. I didn't mean to miss your super chat, bro. My apologies. And shouts out to motherfucking Indra. Welcome to the Gengar squad. That's actually, I've been meaning to tell you guys, we have new memberships for the channel, guys. The lowest membership, I think, is $4.99, or is it $2.99? Lowest membership is Ghastly, the Pokemon, the Ghost Pokemon. The one above that is Haunter. The membership above that is Gengar. And the highest membership on the channel is Mega Gengar. And the reason why I added more memberships, I added one more than what we had before, is because I noticed the default that YouTube recommends for memberships, there is a gap between like $7.99 for a membership and then $25.99. And I was like, bro, that's a huge fucking gap. So then I put a membership in the middle of that, $14.99, where it's like, yo, if you want to do more than $7.99 but less than $25, you could do the Gengar. So shouts out to my boy Indra, because he just got that. Oh, what's up, Swizzy? And just another disclaimer, y'all, don't ever feel like you have to super chat. Guys, don't feel like you have to become members and stuff like that. That stuff is optional, and of course I appreciate it, but just thought I would let you know. Bro, do you have a poll in the chapter? What is it? What do you mean a poll in the chapter? What do you mean by that, bro? Suppose the user of the Ope Ope no Mi made someone immortal. The fruit will reincarnate. What if that immortal person eats Ope Ope? Can he make other people immortal without... I think he would give up his life. The way like my brain processes it, I think like the death would overtake the immortality. It has precedence, if that's the right word. So like, let's say Blackbeard was immortal and he had the fruit and tried to make someone else immortal. I think that would kill him. And the interesting detail, guys, I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull it up because I feel like we need to be very careful when we see, oh, Blackbeard's, or when we say Law's fruit of having immortality. Is perpetual youth the same thing as immortality? Because the way my brain processes it, right? I only say immortality because, like, I don't believe in that definition for the fruit. I just say it, I guess, because everyone else says it. but and it's an easier way of saying like immortality versus eternal youth. The way my brain processes it, guys, is like eternal youth surgery. You're eternally youthful, like Sugar, right? She was eternally youthful. She never aged. But despite you being eternal youth, someone could stab your heart or cut your heart and you will die. That's how I interpret the situation. What do you guys think? I'm trying to find the official name for it, because it was either perpetual youth or peneropal youth or some shit like that, which either way those words mean the same thing. It means never ending. But I think it's very important whether you call it immortality or perpetual youth, because that's not really the same thing. I feel like if someone's immortal and they have their heart explode, they would still live. But if someone's perpetually youthful and their heart explodes, actually I see something cool here. This fruit's appearance of a peach, along with its ability to give you eternal youth, may be a reference to mythological peaches of immortality. In Chinese mythology, peaches symbolize immortality or wishes of a long, healthy life. So does anyone have the chapter for the official name? Does anyone have the name of the chapter or the number of the chapter? What chapter did they call it? What chapter was that, chat? Let me see. I think I might have a picture of it on my PC. Let me type in youth, maybe. Ope. Fuck. Let me see. Youth. Okay, this is the official name is Perennial Youth Operation or Perpetual Youth Surgery. Either way, it means the same thing, because if you look up perennial, the definition of perennial is lasting or existing for long or apparently infinite time. If you're infinitely youthful, you're infinitely young, I don't think that means that your heart is indestructible. What do you guys think? So in a way, yes, you could be immortal. Like if you were locked in a room with nobody fighting you, you would live forever. You would be immortal. But you know, if someone stabbed you, then you're not gonna be living anymore. That's how I interpret it. What do you guys think? I interpret it either or. It could be like Bands immortality. Who the fuck's Bands? Who's that? Like Young Immortal Insane Healing Pack. What's Bands? What is that? Ageless but not unkillable. Exactly. So I think like we always, what's up, Chibi? I think we always need to keep that in mind. We're like, when we're talking about Law's fruit, we're talking about this insane power. We need to keep in mind we're talking about eternal youth. We're not talking about literally immortal, where if someone punched the heart so hard it exploded that the person would keep living. Those are two different things. So Blackbeard becoming eternally youthful, and he's so strong that no one's gonna be able to stab his heart in the first place, or maybe he's just locked in a cage, locked in a room like Emu. That to me feels like a lot less threatening than, oh, when someone stabs my heart, I don't die. That's I'm definitely on the side of the fence that it's just youth, it's just age, like sugar, right? It's like sugar. Winner's Circle probably has something to do with Roger and his crew. What is that? Yo, what's up, Perul? Do you think Gonfall from Skypiea and the Godase with Longbeard are brothers? That's definitely like a fun theory. I've dove into that, but you just have to answer like how was Gonfall not born on Skypiea? How did he make his way up to Skypiea? and then they said like what most of his life was being the kami of Skypiea before Enel, you would kind of need to explain like how did he go to Skypiea, take over it, and be their god, right? Because remember that happened before Enel, so yeah. But anyways, if you guys are watching the stream and enjoying the content, make sure to hit the like button. We are at 93 likes. Let's get to 100. Everybody watching, all 145 of y'all, hit the like button. Law hitting Blackbeard with a gamma knife might be GG. Fuck no. When's the next video dropping? Not sure, but I'll let you guys know. Whatever we're gonna drop, bro, it's gonna be a banger. Someone should do that to Rayleigh. In a way, Dofi, Kinemon, NL were also gods. Immortal. I don't know. I don't exactly know about that. I feel like you kind of get into semantics with that kind of conversation. What's up, Black Ops? I think Roger named Winner's Circle during his. What are you talking? What's Winner's Circle? I think Roger named Winner's Circle during his glory days. Scopper Gabon resides there. What's Winner's Circle? The fuck is that? Does anyone know what Winner's Circle is? Have you ever wondered how does Blackbeard know about everything? There must be some record on how to get power. He knows about the Lunarians. He thinks reads them. So one simple answer that I presented a while back, if Shiki, because yes, Shiki's canon. Yes, him having a 20-year plan is canon. There's no debate. That's true, right? If Shiki is around, it would make sense that Shiki is like talking to Blackbeard and being like a mentor to Blackbeard, kind of like how Rayleigh is a mentor for Luffy, right? So if that was the case, that would answer why Blackbeard knows about, or acts and knows about Zebek. That would answer why Blackbeard is so methodical, why Blackbeard's so smart. Yeah, I think Shiki's a very simple answer. A lot of people kind of forget, like, Shiki is canon. Like, Shiki is canon. His 20-year plan, canon. The movie of, I forgot what it's called, is it Stampede? Is that what it's called? The movie where he enacted his 20-year plan, that's not canon. So therefore, Shiki's plan is up in the air and needs to be answered. It wouldn't make any sense for Shiki to canonically say, hey, I have a 20-year plan, and then answer that through a non-canon source or like a non-canon medium. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm a strong believer that Shiki's gonna return, even though it's not even returning because he hasn't necessarily been in like the current age, you know. Winner Circle, or rather Winner Island, is where Blackbeard and Lost stated to be fighting. Oh. Yeah, I'm not really invested in that island, honestly. For some reason, Shiki called the hand bracelets of Nami as mirror. Yeah, I wouldn't really take anything in the movies seriously because it's like the movies aren't canon. So 10th captain is stronger. Nah, bro, according to 1064, the 10th Titanic captain is Kuzan. What's up, Nishant? Arlong 10th commander. We know that Kuzan's the 10th though. It's kind of over, right? This chapter solidified it. Kuzan's the 10th Titanic captain. Would Bonnie's fruit grant people unlimited youth? Because it could probably revert people back to their own age. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. It would probably wear off. It might be something like Sugar's fruit, where like she could turn people to toys, but when she gets knocked out, they revert. I don't know. It feels kind of pointless to do that with Bonnie's fruit. Because what is Bonnie gonna make someone in the One Piece story immortal? Not only is that kind of weird and questionable, but then that also makes the Ope Ope no Mi seem even more. It makes it the Ope Ope no Mi seem less special. I just don't see the point of that. Shouts out to my boy Johnny Minguez. Pre-order your tickets to OP Red, y'all. Shouts out to gang. Bro, guys, should I go? If I watch Film Red, I'm gonna be watching it alone. I don't got nobody that watches One Piece. Should I go, Chad? Should I go alone? Should I go? Shouts out to my boy Johnny, though. What's up, Darth? You enjoy Uta singing? I haven't really listened to it. I haven't watched the movie, so I mean, I don't know. Rival Sprite says, I'm going alone. Yo, Silver, what's good, bro? I like how y'all act like I ain't say Brook uses ice first. What do you mean? Anyone that's watched One Piece or read One Piece, they saw Brook using ice. You won't be alone. Cinema's booked out. You'll go with me? Speechless. Let's go, man. I'll buy your ticket. I'll buy your ticket, your candy, your popcorn, all that. I got you. Take you on a little date. I feel like One Piece Red isn't a movie I should watch with you, bros. Why not? Why not? I think he might get Pluton this arc. Who, Blackbeard? Bro, imagine Blackbeard getting Pluton right now. This dude's literally just, yo, I'm gonna capture Law. I'm gonna capture Kobe. I wanted to get Boa's Fruit. I'm gonna go get Pluton. Fuck it, I'm gonna get Poseidon. I'm gonna go get Uranus. Blackbeard's just like literally gonna just get everything. Like, fuck it, the whole world's mine. Watch with us. Eddie will hold you when you get scared. Imagine getting scared in Film Red, G. Bro, what scene would there be in Film Red for someone to get scared? That's crazy. Yo, chat, you already know what time it is. Y'all know what I'm about to do right now. Y'all know what I'm about to do. Let me see if I could do it. Y'all know what I'm about to do. Join my motherfucking Discord server. It is at the top of the stream, chat. The reason why you should join my Discord server is because I'm always in the VCs. Look, I'm in the VC right now. You could join the server, talk to me. We could play Overwatch. We could play games together. I also have this theories channel, which shout out to Cauliflower in chat. Cauliflower gave me an idea, guys, where every Thursday when I go live at noon, and we're live all the way up until the chapter drops at night, we're gonna be reviewing theories on my Discord on stream. So if you want to have your theories reviewed, if you want my opinion and you can't fit a whole theory in stream chat, join my Discord server. The link is at the top of the stream chat. It's 2 clicks. 1 click on the link in the stream chat, and then another click to accept the invite. You will join my Discord server. You could go here, click new post, type out the title of the post, then right here enter a message, type out what the theory is. You could even attach a picture, right? Join my Discord server, top of the stream chat. We will be reviewing theories every Thursday from now on stream. But other than that, we do have a subreddit, but like, I don't really maintain it. Does anyone use the subreddit? I doubt it. I doubt anyone here uses the subreddit. Bro, if Kuma is a special race, so Bonnie is the same way or half-breed of it, so it excited the outcome. Yeah, I'm curious as to how much that's gonna matter. Like I don't know if I would compare something like Lunarians to you know, what's his name? Lunarian Sukuma's race, but we'll see. Maybe that even played a role in like making pacifistas, right? Like it should have been evidence that Kuma was special, given there's all these pacifistas of Kuma. Why Kuma, right? Makes more sense now in retrospect. Kuma is a special race. Of course they would make pacifistas out of him. Check your previous comment. Law saying winner takes all confirms your theory that Blackbeard has a fourth poneglyph. Kuzan got Whole Cake Island. Blackbeard can get Zo and Wano from Law. Wait, no. But how does that confirm, King J? Because Law doesn't have a poneglyph from Whole Cake, right? That means if Law fights Blackbeard and winner takes all, Law would be gaining a poneglyph from Blackbeard, because Blackbeard would be taking a poneglyph from Whole Cake, which Law doesn't have. Can't wait till we get backstory on Seraphims, bro. I think like the world government basically forced Vegapunk to make Seraphims. These kids, right? Because you know, in Caesar's flashback, I point this out all the time. Caesar's flashback, Vegapunk doesn't believe in operating and doing experiments on children. That's against Vegapunk's morals. So seeing how SSG, you know, being run by Vegapunk, therefore Vegapunk creating Seraphims, I think there was like a scenario where they're like, yo, Vegapunk, you have to do this. You have to do operations on kids, create fucking cyborg children, whatever the case might be. They forced him to do that. Sword God, God, and Sun God. What does that mean? Sword God, God Usopp, and Sun. Oh, I see what you mean. You think Kuma and Blackbeard are the same race? According to Lucas, yes. According to Lucas, yes. What's up, Professor D? SSG is government owned, and punks are Vegapunk owned creation. Do you think Law's crew will do anything cool or get one-shotted? They'll put up a dude. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Law, he's gonna put up a fight, but like it doesn't matter in my opinion. Like he's gonna put up a fight and lose. So does it really matter if he put up a fight? Like to me, is irrelevant. Like I care more about the conclusion. Kuma and Blackbeard same race, and Jesus Burgess versus Yarouge. That's a fun fight. Burgess versus Yarouge. Is Kuma one of the 3 races that Big Mom wanted in her crew? That's what I brought up earlier, Barracuda. I brought that up earlier. I think that, yes, I think Kuma's race, maybe Panda race, or shout out to Lucas, the Barrelman race, they would be the race that Big Mom's missing. And I think Big Mom's missing it because Big Mom couldn't get a hold of Kuma. Bonnie can eat too much because Bonnie, Kuma, and Blackbeard are from 3 stomach race. We're not doing that, Jay. We cannot turn our back on the Kraken. Blackbeard is an octopus, not a fucking hippo. Imagine the greatest pirate story in the world, the greatest pirate manga anime ever, concluded with this big bad being a hippo instead of a kraken. I'll be disappointed. I'll drop One Piece. Exactly, bro. Dragon appearance. Bro, Dragon's appearance in 1064 is the highlight of the chapter. What if Punk has God fruit or knowledge, which makes him know everything? I don't really like that. I'm not a fan of shortcuts, honestly. Like, I don't really like that. It's like, to me, that's like Punk literally had a devil fruit in order to be smart. Seems bullshit. I don't like that. Personally. I'm not telling you that's not the case. I'm just saying I don't like that at all. At all. The main character is a monkey god, so it doesn't help your argument. Are you talking to me? Do you think One Piece touches on the topics of racism as a constant reoccurring thing? There's a lot of reoccurring themes in One Piece, and I would say racism is one. Bro, One Piece touches on racism so well. I think it does a great service for the story. Cause people, like, it's crazy to me. I don't mean to get political or anything, but it's crazy to me how people pretend in 2022 that racism doesn't exist. Oda's aware, bro. Are we going to see Dragon fight, or is he just coming and running again? He might send someone out there. It just depends. Like, does Dragon hear about Luffy being there? Does Dragon hear? If Dragon hears Luffy's there, maybe. I don't see the point. Okay, actually, let me go backwards real quick, because there's something I need to address, right? I think we need to stop pushing agendas that, like, leaders need to go somewhere. Like, Vegapunk going to Wano, just what's the point of that? You would have the leader send his troops to the location, right? Same thing with this, I guess, or the raid on Mary Joa. Why would Dragon, he himself, go to Mary Joa and get captured and get risk, you know, having that trouble when he could just send his troops? It's better for Sabo to get captured than Dragon. So this would be kind of like another scenario. Why does the leader have to go? Just because Luffy would operate that way, where Luffy goes out as a leader and saves his friends and helps people, that doesn't mean other people need to operate like that. So I never understood the concept of Vegapunk himself going to Wano, risking literally the dude that created SSG. What's the point of that? Why not just send SSG there? Same thing with Amazon Lily. Vegapunk didn't go to Amazon Lily. Vegapunk sent his troops to Amazon Lily, the Seraphim. So why would Dragon himself risk going somewhere when he could just send his people? That doesn't make sense. Is Dragon Yonko level? Yeah, I just based off predictions, yes. I feel like we need more context on Dragon, but based off intuition, I think Dragon is at least Yonko level in quotations. But yeah, I think it's really important to, like, address when something's like an opinion versus like trying to argue it, because I wouldn't necessarily argue that Dragon is Yonko level, because I think we need more context with him specifically. But, like, I feel at the same time, like, if you ask me based off an opinion, I feel like he would be. I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand the vision of why he would be Admiral level, because Sabo is Admiral level. Why would he be on the same level as Sabo? Why would Dragon be on the same level as Sabo? That doesn't make much sense. Any second in command in the story, they are not on the same level as the captain, the leader. Luffy's not, Zoro's not on Luffy's level. King is not on Big Mom's level. Or I'm sorry, King's not on Kaido's level. Katakuri is not on Big Mom's level. These guys, there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit. So seeing how Sabo has shown plenty of context of being Admiral level, I think arguing that Dragon is Yonko level makes sense. But don't treat it as fact. Yo, Evil, do you think Law will die or just be captured? I asked chat earlier, right? But the conversation kind of went in circles because people didn't post an argument. People didn't post evidence or logic. They just said, like, he's not dying. He won't die. Oda won't do that. Which doesn't, like, mean anything. It's just kind of like noise, right? It's just noise. The way I see it is, if you believe that Blackbeard knows about the Ope no Mi, then Law has to die. Because Blackbeard will simply tell Law, either you use the surgery on me, meaning you die, or I kill you and I make someone else use the surgery. Or a third option, Lafitte will hypnotize you and make you use the surgery. So all three options, you die. Use the fruit on me, or I kill you and I make someone else use it. So the only way to avoid that is if Blackbeard doesn't know about the fruit. And just because he had an encyclopedia doesn't mean the Ope Ope no Mi is definitely in the book. That's what I was trying to say before. And then like people are like, Law doesn't die, which is just like, come on, like you there has to be some level of like logic, some level of like discussion. Saying like Law won't die doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't know, man. Could Law possibly use Gamma Knife to find out Blackbeard has 3 hearts? That would be an awesome segue. Speeches. Or, you know, Law switching Blackbeard's body around. Maybe you know, like all throughout Punk Hazard, Law was pulling hearts out of people. And like, didn't Law do that Rocky Port as well? Law got the hearts of 100 pirates, or 100 marine or pirates, right? Law got the heart of 100 pirates. So it's just like that kind of stuff has been present in the story. Law pulls people's hearts out. Like we see that over and over and over. So for that to happen to Blackbeard, it seems natural. Like it's happened before. So Law could pull out Blackbeard's heart or hearts, and seeing 3 hearts, that could be like, yo, Blackbeard, why the fuck do you have 3 hearts? And then boom, bro, octopus, baby. Or it doesn't even have to be 3 hearts, just anything weird with Blackbeard's body. Law is they literally put a doctor, a great doctor, against Blackbeard, this man with a weird body, and it's supposed to be a huge fight because according to Oda, these are 2 titans, a battle between titans. Those are Oda's own words. So this is definitely an awesome moment to learn why Blackbeard's body is different. And the reason why that what makes this even more logical is, like, you could argue that this would help build up more hype, right? If we learned why Blackbeard has a weird body through this fight, that's just gonna make us more excited to see Law versus Blackbeard. I kind of disagree. There are certain vice captains that story portrays like partners they can stand equal with. There's captains like Zoro. Zoro's not beating Thunder Bagua. Rayleigh's not Pirate King. Killer's not beating Big Mom. Ben Beckman's not scaring off Green Bull. If you want to try again, you can, but none of those are good. Does anyone here genuinely think that Bajrang Gun doesn't beat... Wait, did I say Thunder Bagua before? Does anyone here think that Bajrang Gun doesn't beat Zoro? I meant to say Bajrang Gun. I think putting Zoro on the same level as Luffy is just ridiculous. Same thing with Rayleigh. Rayleigh's not on the level of Pirate King. Rayleigh is not Power King level. That just seems like a very pointless conversation to have. Or it could be like Blackbeard has 3 lives, so he could die 2 times. That's why he has 2 devil fruits. I mean, doesn't that kind of just go back to Blackbeard's weird body? Like, either way is... Bro, there's a theory that Shanks will die fighting Blackbeard and then Luffy will go berserk. Oh god. Bro, if Shanks dies... But okay, I'll ask chat. Guys, yes or no? Do you believe that Shanks will die before reuniting with Luffy? I put a hard, strong, uber, mega, colossal no. If you're talking about after, then, I mean, sure. But, I don't know. Yes? Nah. Bro, what's the point of building up for what's the point of building up Luffy reuniting with Shanks if we're just gonna throw that out the window? Wasn't that built up chapter 1? 25 years real life building up towards Shanks reuniting with Luffy out the window. Do you know how many people would be angry? Do you know how many sales Shueisha would miss out on? I will bet you any amount of money the volume that Shanks reunites with Luffy on will be probably the best selling manga volume up until that point. The president of France would be pissed. Why the president of France? Alright, chat. I'm going to pull up the Discord. This is your time to get some clout, chat. If you guys want some clout, join the Discord. Join this one right here. Top of the stream, chat. I will be back in 1 second. Gotta get some water. What's good? What's good, boys? My phone is dead. Actually, this charger. All right, boys. Where do we leave off at? What was our conversation? I literally don't remember. Alright, shout out to everyone who joined though. Alright, where did we leave off at? All my phones are dead. Push me to the edge. You might be a little lost. Where are we at? Where are we at in the conversation? I think Law will capture by Akainu and be in prison with Doflamingo, and Doflamingo gets immortality. What the fuck? That is the most that is the most bizarre that is the most bizarre prediction I've ever heard. Hey, shout out to you though, you're pretty creative. Have you got thoughts on why Toki jumped 800 years in the future? Probably to avoid dying, right? Wasn't she from the Void Century? They were killing everybody. We don't even know the full extent of Toki's power. Like, how well can she like jump in time? Like, we've seen her like jump, you know, a few times, but like I don't think we have the full context. We don't even know what her awakening is, if she even has one. What will Rayleigh and Odin and Bounty be? Because they were the strongest right hand. I don't know, because like it's not only about strength, it has to be threat, right? How long was Odin sailing as a pirate? How long was that, guys? Do you think the giant straw hat is connected to Uranus? No, not really. I feel like Uranus is gonna be an entity or a being or a person or something, whatever, that's friends with Luffy. Just like how Momo owns Momo owns Pluton, since it's in Wano. Poseidon is friends with Luffy. I think Uranus is going to be the same kind of deal. If you believe like all three are going to be like that, where Luffy's able to befriend them and use them against the Red Line or whatever the case might be, I don't see why a hat would have anything to do with Uranus, let alone that hat being owned by Emu. I appreciate it, Art. Law's gonna get rescued by his fans all over the world. What fans? Law is the most like Law's one of the most introverted, secluded characters. That's kind of funny, actually. Like, up until now, they've been portraying Law as like the most like quiet, low-key dude, right? The only kind of alliance he's ever really done was what, with Luffy. But now, ever since Law approached Blackbeard approached Law, all of a sudden everyone's friends with Law. Law has no friends until he fights Blackbeard. Now everybody's Law's friend. Everybody wants to save Law. Uranus is Isa the conductor, Yggdrasil the bird carrier, Arc Maxim the carriage. Hey Dusko, appreciate the super chat, bro. I'm not entirely sure about Isa. Like, I don't see why she would come back into the story. And Arc Maxim is like another big question mark. Because we know NL's dream was to go to the moon. So for NL to come back, it's just like, wasn't that your dream? Bro, I've been getting so many spam calls. So this is like, if NL comes back, there better be a good reason. Otherwise, why even make such a big deal about him going to the moon? NL doesn't have to come back for the ship to return. How's the ship going to return? Is this going to be on autopilot? Is the Arc Maxim a Tesla? Is this going to fly back to Earth and land in Elbath? Yo, Nexus, my boy. Appreciate the super chat. Missed most of the stream. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate it, bro. How you doing, Nexus? Someone else on the moon could come back? Aw, oh, come on, bro. Whoever it is on the moon, they're gonna know how to fly the Arc Maxim. They're gonna power it with electricity, and then they're gonna go all the way to Elbath. I feel like if something like that happened, you shouldn't be able to predict it because it seems so specific. Like, how would you even guess that? Shout out to my boy Dusko. You were Chibi Reaper though, right? Like, you were Chibi Reaper? Because we gotta call you Dusko then. If that's your new name, bro. Yes, sir. Big Dusko. What if Nami is half Skypean? Well, wouldn't we have explored that back then? I feel like if that was the case, we would have got that when we were at Skypea. I don't see like why, like on Egghead, all of a sudden, oh wait, Nami's a Skypean. Duskull was my name before I changed it to Chibi Reaper. Okay, you're going back to your roots. My boy Chibi going back to his roots. When's the next big video or next video dropping? I'll let you know. That boy Duskull going back to his roots. I think the title says where the spoilers are. We need Brook power up. It's in bio. Link in bio. That's funny. Why isn't Zoro having a PTSD with Brook after the encounter with the Reaper? I mean, is it really the same thing? Really enjoy your videos. They got me back into One Piece. Hey, that's what's up, bro. Glad to hear, gang. Glad you here, brother. Or glad to hear, brother. Are you up to date? Is it Abigna? Are you up to date? When can or where can I read 1064? It's just the spoilers are out. Apparently I work at 2 and not 4. Got a dip earlier. Oh, that always sucks, bro. That always sucks when you double check your schedule and you're like, oh shit, actually going earlier than I thought. Fuck. Natural at waivers, natural at telling weather, wants to make maps. While all that's true, I wouldn't necessarily draw a conclusion that she must be Skypean. And like, again, if that was the case, we should have explored that in Skypea. Yo, Drac, was good, bro? What's good, bro? Will Pudding getting kidnapped cover story be animated? Sandesh, good question. I strongly say yes, because I think that's way too important to not have present in the anime. Because think about it, like, if that was never shown, people that only watch the anime, they would be like, wait, what the fuck? Why is she here? How did Pudding get there? That wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, I definitely think like that's happened before. There's been plenty of cover stories that were animated. So to answer your question, definitely, yeah. I think it would be an extreme disservice to not animate it. I don't see why I don't. There's literally, it's way more harm than good to not animate it. Hey, Ant, have a good shift, bro. The Ancient Kingdom and Raftel are the same because Goldie, Roger, and his crew not only reached Raftel, but also uncovered the secret of Void Century and by extension the Ancient Kingdom. That doesn't, you don't have to, just because they learned about the Void Century at Laughtale doesn't mean the Ancient Kingdom's Laughtale. Like, if there's a poneglyph talking about the history of the world on Laughtale, isn't that like another way that Roger can learn about the Void Century? I don't think the only way to learn about the Void Century is by going to the Ancient Kingdom. Because Clover didn't go to the Ancient Kingdom. He never went to Laughtale, but he knows about it, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't say that's a good argument to make. Shanks is guarding in One Piece, and he's afraid that Blackbeard will find it. Pretty much Blackbeard versus Shanks, round 2 in the upcoming chapter. I think that kind of like, you kind of like take steps to, like, step 1, Shanks is guarding the One Piece. We don't actually know that. Then the step 2 from that is that Shanks is afraid Blackbeard will find it. We also don't know that. Blackbeard could just be a threat to Shanks in general, or a threat to Joy Boy, or a threat to the world, being the second coming of Zebek. That, like, his threat level might not have anything to do with trying to become Pirate King. Just because he wants to be Pirate King doesn't mean that's the only threat about him. So that was step 2. Then you said pretty much Blackbeard versus Shanks round 2 in the upcoming chapter, which is just like, is Shanks really gonna fight and die or lose to Blackbeard before he reunites with Luffy? This just seems like you kind of got to go down a weird rabbit hole. I don't necessarily think Shanks has to be guarding anything, right? Why does Shanks need to be guarding something besides it making sense or it being possible? I don't think there's any clues to, oh, Shanks is guarding this, Shanks is guarding that. Like, just because it's possible doesn't mean you should push for it. You should push for what the story's hinting to. You should push for what the story's presenting. You shouldn't push something just because it's possible. Bet Law screw dog. I love Law, but it's done. See, I like people like you, Joe. I like people like you because you said you love Law, but it's done. You're basically putting logic ahead of your feelings. You're looking at how strong Blackbeard is, how the story's presenting him, 2 devil fruits. Ben and Yonko been having 2 devil fruits for 2 years now, and you know Law is barely Admiral level. But we know for a fact Blackbeard has to be Yonko level, probably even top Yonko level. So it doesn't really matter how much you love Law. What the story's telling, that's what matters. We should keep this stream going till the chapter drops tomorrow. Bro, today's Tuesday, right? Isn't today Tuesday? It wouldn't even be tomorrow. It would be 2 days from now. 2 days from now at night. Gonna find more evidence for my vice captain claim? I don't know, man. What if I play this comb like a harmonica? A 70-hour stream's insane. Highest IQ on Blackbeard Pirates? Van Auger? Yeah, that's actually a good one. I would probably say Van Auger too. Like, Lafitte does kind of give vibes that, like, oh, I'm a smart guy, but I feel like Van Auger is probably it. Van Auger or Blackbeard. Law will escape because he needs to know what the D means. Guys, I'm about to go on demon time. I'm about to go on demon time. I'm going to unleash the beast. One more agenda, and I'm going to release the beast. I'm going to release my bipolar. Just because a character wants something to happen does not mean it will happen. Do we agree, guys? Just because a character wants something does not mean it has to happen. Abigna. Oda gave us female law for the fans right before he dies. Let's go. Hey, y'all, hey, if you guys love Law so much and you know you want all this fan service and shit, Law gave you your fan service. Or Oda gave you your fan service. You misread what he said. He said he was trolling. He said Law wants the D. Did he? Where is it? Did he delete the post? I don't even know who said it. Where's the message? Oh, Law will escape because he needs to know what D means. I didn't misread that. How did I misread that? What's your favorite fast food chain? Probably Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A go crazy. I'll just give this for free pause for everyone for the next minute. I think Law will live, but something will happen. Maybe he will be under attack, Blackbeard control. What do you think about that? I feel like we're just kind of going in circles. If Blackbeard knows about Law's fruit, then Law has to die. Chick-fil-A got crack in it. No Kizzy. Any idea about Shanks' sword, Griffin? I find it funny how Shanks' sword is named after a bird, right? And Roger's ship had an egg. Uranus is known as a sky god. Is this hinting towards Shanks having a bird Uranus? Ancient weapon? Can you use this stream to reach Dak Socket? I love Wendy's because of their Twitter shenanigans. Bro, companies that like shit post and post memes on Twitter, I don't know how I feel about those. Like, I feel like they're trying too hard to appeal. But at the same time, why don't you upload Saver live streams? I do. They're on my second channel. Bro, Popeyes over Chick-fil-A, that's an insane take. Popeye workers will fucking throw hands at you before serving your food. Chick-fil-A workers will give you a massage while you're waiting for your food. Plus the sauce is better. Blackbeard tried to steal Uranus from Shanks and gave him the scar on his eye, which is why Shanks warned Whitebeard about Blackbeard. Amen. What's good, bro? Yo, Wilkie, what's good, bro? Is it true Vegapunk called Dragon? I mean, they had a call. I don't really think it matters who called who. Like, either way, they're having the conversation, right? It doesn't really matter who made the call. Sulong Beppo's crazy. Solar Bear. Yo, Solar Bear is insane, bro. Solar Bear is crazy. The only person that could save Puma is Pudding. How? I don't get it. Is that like a joke or something? I like how One Piece and swords are so intertwined. As you just said, Shanks' sword is named after a large lion bird thing, and Roger had an egg on a ship. Swords have to have a deeper meaning. Well, even like Roger's sword was Ace. That was the name of Roger's sword, Ace. And what do you mean? You mean to tell me that his son was coincidentally named Ace? Like, no, that was on purpose. So that also, that kind of fuels the idea of Blackbeard's ship being named Saber of Zebek. Because you can say that Ace is the sword of Roger. Because Roger's sword was called Ace, but also His biological blood son was named Ace. So it's a double entendre. Ace is the sword of Roger. So if Blackbeard has a ship called the Saber of Zebek, the Sword of Zebek, then wouldn't that kind of be a clean parallel? Or then that means Zebek had a sword. Maybe it was called Teach. Zebek is the blood father of Blackbeard. That's why Ace is the sword of Roger. Blackbeard's the sword of Zebek. I think that's a very simple concept. What are your thoughts on Blackbeard versus Law? Law loses. And if Blackbeard knows about the Ope Ope no Mi, Law's fucked. So that's where I stand. Law's losing. I'm not debating that. But the question is, does Blackbeard know about the Ope Ope no Mi? I feel like people kind of push it. Yes, Blackbeard is smart. Yes, Blackbeard had the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia. Yes, Blackbeard calculated Marineford. Blah, 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 blah. But does that mean he knows literally everything? Like, just because he read the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia, you can't just assume the Ope Ope no Mi's in that fruit. Which is what I'm seeing people do. They're assuming the Ope Ope no Mi's in that fruit. That's probably one of the worst ones to say is in that book. Right? The smoker's fruit, it seems like a general logia. You turn into smoke. But if we're talking about the ultimate devil fruit, which the main thing about it is making someone immortal, that's documented in a book that anyone can get. It seems like that should be the one fruit that's not in the book. Like, we need to hide that fruit, kind of like the Nika fruit, right? So yeah, I wouldn't jump the gun and just assume that Ope Ope no Mi is in the book. I think that's you could be right. Yes, it could be in the book, but why would you're gonna assume that? I don't know. Also, another thing people were arguing is like, if Blackbeard knew about the fruit, why didn't he mention it since 63? Instead, he's like, oh, fuck your fruit. I'm not even gonna say anything about your fruit. I want that poneglyph. Like, if you had to pick one or the other, I feel like the fruit would matter more, because the fruit would allow you to get the road poneglyphs easier. Whereas, like, having a poneglyph isn't gonna make you grab the fruit easier. But I guess you could also argue that Blackbeard feels so strong that, like, he knows he could get the fruit. I don't know, man. Why was Blackbeard the only dude reading the encyclopedia? Oda acting like there's one copy. I thought Sanji read it, right? Didn't Sanji read the poneglyph or read the encyclopedia? Law being the Ope Ope no Mi user's public knowledge as fuck. No. How true is that? It might be public knowledge to One Piece fans. But look, in a way, for you Law is surviving believers, you guys are digging yourself a hole. You guys are digging yourself a hole. If you truly in your heart believe Blackbeard knows about the fruit, then Law has to die. Do you think Blackbeard's third fruit is Ope Ope no Mi because Oda also foreshadowing Law's death many times? Yeah, literally Law, bro, everyone saw this, right? Law having a fruit which is main purpose making someone immortal causes you to die. Chekhov's gun, bro. Chekhov's gun, Law will have to die. Right? And like, I gave you guys a scenario, so many times. If Blackbeard knows Law has the Ope Ope no Mi, Blackbeard he'll do exactly what I'm telling you right now. Hey Law, use your surgery to make me immortal. Oh, you're saying no? Cool, I'll just kill you then. Either way, Law dies. Either way, Law dies unless you think Law's not losing in the first place, which we've went down that rabbit hole. It's just not really worth it. The only way I could see Law living is if something happens that absolutely nobody can expect. It would have to be something so random that you couldn't be able to be like, yeah, this person was going to come here and do this and say this and bring this and use that. It would have to be so convoluted, something nobody would predict. And I think trying to take the cop out of like, oh, this super unlikely thing that there's no way I could predict it is going to happen. It's just like, isn't that kind of the opposite? Isn't that like, I don't know. Yeah, that's another good option, G. Shout out to my boy Duskull. What if Blackbeard performs immortality surgery on Luffy after Blackbeard's defeated? That's insane. Look, as a community, guys, let's no longer say immortality. Let's say perpetual youth. Because I feel like my instincts tell me that's what's throwing people off. That's what's throwing people off. They hear immortality and they're like, oh, this person never dies. Blackbeard would never get that. Luffy would never get that. But we discussed earlier, all of us agreed that perpetual youth is not the same thing as immortality. Law won't die yet. What does that mean? Like saying Law won't die yet, that doesn't mean anything. I like, okay, Luffy will kill Zoro. Luffy will kill Zoro. It's just like, you need to form an argument. The theory that Law will make Luffy immortal does not make sense. Luffy wants to be the freest man as far as we know. Why would he want to be immortal? He wants to make friends. What do you think? Again, it just depends on what the surgery does. Immortality is not the same thing as perpetual youth. Couldn't Shanks be close to Law? No. Well, I mean, if you want to say could, I guess, but there's no reason to believe that. There's no reason. Law's never had any established relationship with anybody. Who has Law ever had a relationship with besides Cotazone, the Doflamingo shit, and what, Luffy? Other than that, there's zero relationship between Shanks and Law. If Blackbeard is after rubbings, he just have to defeat Law, not kill him again. Look, see, this is why I don't really want to talk about the topic. We're just going in circles. If you believe that Blackbeard knows Law's fruit, then you have to believe that it's very difficult for him to not die. You either believe he doesn't know about the fruit, or you believe he's probably gonna die. And the only rebuttal I keep seeing in chat is Law's not gonna die, which isn't even a rebuttal. It's not a rebuttal. It's not an argument. Because Law's gonna die, that's an opinion. And this is just one sentence of an opinion. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, but too many plot lines for Law. People were saying the same thing for Ace. Why kill Ace? He's the brother of Luffy. We haven't had enough time with Ace. I want to see Ace work with Luffy. I want to see Ace grow and become stronger, become a pirate, take over whatever. Like, there's plenty of reasons why people argue why Ace wouldn't die, right? So it's just, I don't understand the argument. Plus, like, tragedy, right? We're putting so much stock into oh, this character has a goal, so therefore the story has to conclude with this goal complete. Yes, cauliflower. Not the same setup. Ace has no ope fruit. Exactly. So if anything, that just makes the argument even worse. The point of the ope ope no mi is to die. I feel like everyone was so okay with Law eventually dying because that's the purpose of the operation. That's the purpose of the fruit. But now that he's fighting Blackbeard, oh no, wait, never mind. There's no way Law can die. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Please, Akinu, interfere this time. I think if something stops Law from dying, it is something that no one predicts. And saying that Law isn't gonna die, that's not really a prediction. Law is dying no matter what, but only at the end of the series. It's too soon. Again, we're just we just need to go on to a different topic. Is this people saying an opinion with no reasons behind it? It's pointless. Is this noise? Akainu killed Ace, Blackbeard didn't. Blackbeard has to kill Law for Luffy to hate him more. Unlike previous villains, Blackbeard ain't torturing any nation. He needs an emotional reason like Kaido ruined Wano. None of us believe Oda has the balls to kill Law. That's an opinion. Oda isn't going to kill Law due to plot hole I said above. Read my comment above. Your comment above is stop the cap. I don't see the Law getting out of this one alone. Well, Christy, don't say that again because people are gonna be on your ass. Only thing saving Law right now is that Oda don't kill people. Ace is dead. Shout out to L for the super chat. What are your thoughts? How Brook being essential for Joy Boy's true purpose because of his pose on the moon, just like Nika. Maybe I guess like the whole crew can help Joy Boy. I don't really know what to. I know what you're referring to, but I don't really. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, Brook's not Joy Boy. Shouts out to my boy Law. Or not Law, L. Only way Law makes it out of this is with a Deus Ex machine. We don't see coming or don't think is logical. Exactly. And G, you've been watching the stream. You saw the scenario I put up, and the only thing the chat has said is Law's not dying. Phenomenal argument. I love the panels. I love the examples. I love the logic. Just fuck all that. Law's not dying. What's up, Shaggy? Will anyone be sad if Law dies? I don't even think that's a like. You're probably. I'm assuming you're asking that like as a general question. Like, hey, would you be sad? Like, I'm assuming you're doing that. But in the case that you're using that to like fuel something, it's just like. What is that fueling? It doesn't really matter if it's sad or not because that's purely subjective. If you like Law, it doesn't really matter like to Oda. Just because you love Law and you don't want Law to die or you want Law to die, it doesn't really matter. You're not the one writing the story. I love Law. I don't want him to die, but I really can't see a way out for my boy. Gee, look, I'm gonna give you the sauce, right? If Blackbeard knows Law has the fruit, Blackbeard will tell Law to use the surgery on him. If Law says no, Blackbeard will kill Law and give the fruit to somebody. The only thing people say to that, the only thing out of that scenario, Law's not dying. Oh my God, bro. If Law died, I'm gonna burn my hoodies, cap, t-shirt, and break our front door. Why? It wouldn't be impact for the characters if Law dies. They don't see it happen in person. Law is totally getting to regret recruiting. Okay, actually, I'm going to go back to that comment. Since when does Nami have any relationship to Law? Nami and Law are friends now because they work together to take down Doflamingo? Every D-Clan member dies, or every D-Clan member outside Monkey D family dies. Too much Law merch is going around to kill him. Isn't there Ace merch? Law's death will be a plot point. We will find out how Blackbeard steals the fruits. How much quakes to the face Law can take? I don't know. Law's barely Admiral level. We know that Blackbeard's Yonko level, so there's a pretty wide gap. My headache's gotten worse because of all this Blackbeard slander. Bro, Kale, you probably have a headache because yo dumbass was fasting too long. Ace merch sales increased after his death. Blackbeard wants Road Poneglyph. Why do you keep talking about his fruit? Because the chat, we pretty much 90% of the chat agreed Blackbeard knows about the fruit. So if you want to go down that route, if Blackbeard knows about Law's fruit, then he will tell Law to use the fruit surgery on him. If Law says no, then Blackbeard will kill Law and make someone else use it. Why? How is that complicated? Look, again, this guy said, bro, Law isn't dying. Law isn't dying because Oda doesn't want him to... That has to be a troll. Bro, Law isn't dying because Oda doesn't want him to die. Holy shit. That's fucking hilarious. Law isn't dying because Oda doesn't want him to die. Holy shit. To be fair, we're just assuming Blackbeard knows, but yeah, I find it hard to believe he doesn't. While the mystery of Blackbeard's plan is fun, it also makes him hard to predict. But that's what I'm saying, G. I'm saying if you believe, I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself. If you believe Blackbeard knows Law has that fruit, then Blackbeard will tell Law to use the fruit or he will kill him and make someone else use it. So simple. It's so simple. If he doesn't know about the fruit, then sure, Blackbeard might not have a reason to have Law killed. That's the only way. Unless something insanely wild happens and people pretend like they saw that coming. Just because they said Law isn't dying. I'm going to come into this chat when Law doesn't die and you're going to feel bad. Why would I feel bad? I do streams and videos for entertainment. Plus, we all know if Law lives, it's going to have to be the most bizarre, lucky, contextual situation. It'll have to be some random character who's not even there right now, pulled up, and then they did something, and then they said something, and then this person went this way. Is nothing nobody can predict. And the only way you'll try to take a W from this one is because you said Law isn't dying. It's kind of like saying it's kind of like saying Luffy will become Pirate King. Like, you have no idea how any of that's going down. Actually, maybe it's not a good comparison because I would say Law dying against Blackbeard isn't like the same thing as Luffy becoming Pirate King. But you get my point. You could try to make a conclusion, and even if you had the conclusion right, there would be a lot of stuff you can't predict within the conclusion that kind of takes away from the theory in the first place. When people build a theory and they put out a theory, they're telling you how it'll work. They'll tell you the foreshadowing. They'll tell you the signs. They'll tell you about the panels. Most shonens have protagonists achieve their goals, though. Luffy's a protagonist, not Law. Are we pretending Law's a protagonist? Here, let's take a trip to Webster, chat. Y'all want to take a trip to Webster? Let's take a trip to Webster. Let me see. Yo, why isn't my screen working? What is a protagonist? The leading character or one of the major characters in a drama, movie, novel, or other fictional text. Law is not the leading character of One Piece. And then let's look up what is the difference between a main character and a protagonist. Because we know main characters and protagonists are two different things. What is the difference between a main character and a protagonist? The main character, sometimes called principal character, and then protagonist are two central characters, but the protagonist drives the plot forward while the main character is impacted by the plot. Luffy is, by definition, the protagonist. And if you wanted to try to argue, oh, well, there's things that Law does in the story that drive the plot forward, if you really want to go down that route, then there's like 1,000 protagonists in One Piece then. I don't know if you want to go down that route. Seems pretty ridiculous. Ella says Law could survive at the cost of a huge sacrifice like his whole crew in the poneglyphs. You know, I don't see the point. I really don't see the point. Blackbeard knowing the immortality surgery is going to be the reason why Law would die. What Blackbeard's gonna be like, hey, how about this? How about this? If I kill Beppo, Law, I won't get your immortality. Is that what's gonna happen? How does that make any sense? Appreciate the super chat, L. Like, you see, like, all the arguments you have to make for Law to live. I'm telling you, if there's a scenario where Law dies, it will be something, the scenario itself would be something so wild that no one expected all these things to happen. It would be such a wild scenario that the only thing people can say is like, I was right because Law lived, but you didn't understand, like, or you couldn't predict everything that led up to it. Blackbeard can take Law's 21 crewmates as hostage and ask Law to use the immortality surgery. Bro, there's a million things Blackbeard could do to force Law. But apparently, what's gonna happen is Blackbeard's gonna say, hey, you know what? I'll let you live, Law, as long as you let me kill Beppo. What? Nah, bro. If Blackbeard knows about immortality, he's gonna use the he's gonna get the immortality surgery. Blackbeard can take Law's 21 crewmates. Oh, I just read that. I believe Van Augur wraps his bullets, not just himself. He used his devil fruit to make 100%. That's insanely cool. That's insanely fucking cool. Zaid says Blackbeard would not know about the fruit just because he knows about the powers of how to get 2 devil fruits does not mean he knows everything in the world government would not make that public info. So Zaid, that's what I was saying. People earlier were arguing that Blackbeard knows about the Ope Ope no Mi because Blackbeard read the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia. And one of the things I brought up in to chat was that if that was true, then you would have to say that the world government, whoever makes the books, put the fruit in the encyclopedia. And then when Blackbeard read it, he learned about the Ope Ope no Mi. I myself, I'm not even sure on that. I'm not even sure on if he knows about the fruit. I'm just saying, if you believe that he knows about the fruit, then there's no, what's the real argument towards him not having Law eventually die in some fashion? Shouts out to Taylor Jackson, $2. Difference between Boa's situation and Law. Boa's situation and Law. The difference between them is Boa doesn't have a devil fruit that has death as a Chekhov's gun. Like, people have been saying this for years. Ever since we learned that the Ope Ope no Mi has a surgery where you can make someone perpetually youthful at the cost of your life, that put a Chekhov's gun on Law. People were arguing at some point either Law will use the surgery and die, or someone will kill Law so that they can use the surgery, right? So that is a huge difference between Boa and Law. Another thing, Boa was on Amazon Lily. We could draw connections to Boa because 1, she was a warlord. Two, we know from pre-time skip that Rayleigh had a relationship with Boa and Amazon Lily and all that. We knew that relationship was pre-established, right? But on the case of Law, Law doesn't have anybody. The only person he's worked with was Luffy. Other than that, who? Law has no friends. He was solo the whole time. He eventually got to Luffy. He's like, yo, Luffy, let's work together. Law doesn't have people backing him. Unlike Boa, who we knew had Rayleigh. That's why no one questioned it when Rayleigh stepped in. Because we're like, well, that makes sense. Boa has a relationship with Rayleigh. So there's a bunch of differences between Boa's situation and Law. Sengoku? Okay, so are you betting Sengoku's gonna interrupt the fight? Or someone used the power on Emu that would explain why his long live is immortal. Law has a relationship with Sengoku. Okay, so are we gonna say that Sengoku's saving Blackbeard? Shanks versus Blackbeard, all three devil fruits in your opinion. Blackbeard, but I don't think that fight would happen before I don't think that would happen before Luffy reunites with Shanks. Sword might have to intervene to rescue Kobe. Come on, man. He has friends. He can't do him like that. What friends does Law really have? His crew's mid. Just not any alliances outside the Straw Hats. I mean, Law, he's a really quiet guy. He's methodical like Blackbeard. His crew's mid. He doesn't really have backing. The only backing you could really say is Sengoku. And if you want to try to pull up the whole sword thing, let's not treat a theory as fact. We can't treat a theory as fact. If you want to say Law as a member of Sword as a theory, cool, that's a theory. But are you really going to sit here and say that it's a fact Law's going to live? It's a fact he's going to make it out alive? It's a fact that's going to happen because he's a member of Sword? Which then is also a fact that Aokiji's a member of Sword? It's just like you end up using three theories to fuel one. And at some point you kind of blur the line between what's fact and what's theory. It's okay, X-Drake got you, Law. Yeah, I saw that too. People were also saying that X-Drake was going to pull up because X-Drake is a member of Sword that's going to help Law. It's ridiculous. I like going down this route of who can help, though. Going down the route of who can help Law is great because that just shows people want Blackbeard to look bad before he fights Luffy. No, it's like I'm like helping y'all put the shovel in and dig your hole. If you want Blackbeard to either let Law get away or lose, like either one is bad for Blackbeard, then you, for some reason, you don't want Blackbeard to look extra strong, extra menacing, extra of a threat prior to Luffy, which is just bizarre. Okay, Steinexo sent me a post. Immortality, because there's here are the types of immortality. Type 1 is what you were describing. Eternal life. Characters gifted with this type of immortality can here, maybe I should just share this so y'all can see. Okay guys, so this is a web page. It tells us about different types of immortality, and apparently what I was describing earlier for the surgery is type 1. Characters gifted with this type of immortality cannot die from natural causes such as old age or conventional illness, but can be killed by unnatural causes. To clarify, this type of immortality can include both those who do not age at all and those who still grow old, but will never die of old age. However, in the case of the latter, it should be made clear that is not just longevity, as characters with that ability will eventually die of old age, as opposed to eternal life, for which dying of old age is not possible. That's the one I'm describing. Like, Law's fruit, the operation, would make someone, what they said in the Viz, perpetually youthful, perpetual youth, meaning they can't die of old age. Unnatural causes, like having your heart stabbed, that will kill you. But they still call it immortality. They still call it perpetual youth. I think that's the case for Law's fruit. So even if Blackbeard became immortal, or Luffy became immortal, someone could still kill them through unnatural causes. All it really does is just stop them dying from old age. The spoilers say Blackbeard's let me see. Law lives for bait to get more poneglyphs. If you think Blackbeard doesn't know about the fruit, sure. If Dragon and Vegapunk are in cahoots, do you believe Dragon if Dragon and Vegapunk are in cahoots, do you believe Dragon knows about the true name of Luffy's fruit? That's only if Vegapunk's aware of the Nika fruit. See, I wouldn't even, if Dragon knows about the Nika fruit, I wouldn't really try to add Vegapunk to the equation, because that seems like a weak reason. I think Dragon, being the most dangerous criminal in the world, the most heinous criminal in the world, and leading the Revs, opposing the world government, I think that kind of portrays him as someone that's very knowledgeable, someone that knows what's going on in the world, probably even reading poneglyphs. I'd imagine that Dragon has came across the knowledge of Sun God Nika, Joy Boy, etc. So I myself, I would rather argue through portrayal of Dragon that he knows about the Nika fruit rather than through Vegapunk. Blackbeard didn't kill Ace, so ... Ace didn't have a fruit granting immortality. Do you think Kuzan betrays Blackbeard and helps Law? No, I think this is just the beginning. We're just entering the beginning of Aokiji's friendship with Blackbeard, because up until 1064, we didn't even know that he was confirmed as a 10th Titanic captain. 1064 spoilers, they confirm it for us through the cover story, right? So that's one thing. Second thing, Kuzan just captured Pudding. That's like a very recent act according to the cover story, because they usually take place like a week or two backwards compared to real time. Seeing how he just did something huge like that, and he probably got a poneglyph from Whole Cake Island and he's giving it to Blackbeard, it's just like he's gonna throw all of that away for Law. And that's only assuming that Law is a member of Sword in the first place. So you would have to first convince me, and you would have to first make it a fact that Law is a member of Sword, and then you can talk about Kuzan throwing everything away in order to save Law. Because you can't just say Law's gonna, or you can't just say Aokiji's gonna throw everything away despite his hatred for Akainu just to save Law. Since when does Aokiji have a deep love for Law like that? I'm feeling Law's just gonna get captured and put in Sea Prism Stone on Blackbeard's ship. I guess you think Blackbeard doesn't know about the fruit. Then his River card is moving in another direction, prompting someone to move on him. Straw Hats? Or prompting someone to move on him. Straw Hat? What do you mean? Do you think someone else in Blackbeard's crew should have gotten the Pegasus fruit? No, I actually really enjoy it being what's his name? I really like it being stronger. Then in my head canon, X-Drake or maybe Helmeppo called for all of Sword to save Kobe. What is X-Drake gonna do about Blackbeard? What is Helmeppo gonna do to Blackbeard? Have you seen the Randy Choi Law and Sword theory? That's what I'm operating on. Yes, I like that theory, but you can't. You just said a theory is fact to fuel a different theory, which that theory would be Law's throwing out I keep saying Law, which would be Aokiji's throwing everything out to save Law. But that only works if Law is a member of Sword. Law could... Okay, shout out to L for the 5. Law could survive, but at the cost of a huge sacrifice, like his whole crew and poneglyphs. Or if he's in Sword and Aokiji sacrificing himself, it's stuff though. I think all of that's irrelevant. The first question that needs to be answered, the most important thing, is does Blackbeard know about the fruit? That's the first thing that needs to be answered. Like before, like, oh, Sword, oh, sacrifice the crew. What does Blackbeard get out of killing Beppo? There's no gain. It's pointless. Oh, you have immortality fruit, but I'm not gonna make myself immortal. I'd rather kill Beppo. Like what? So I think all of that's just completely irrelevant. The most important question is, does Blackbeard know about the fruit? Does Blackbeard know? That's the first question. If he knows, we've already went down this road. But honestly, we need to switch the subject at this point, because we're really just going in circles. We're really just going in circles. This is what dramatic irony does to the audience when done right. Chat's obsessed with this topic. I'm not even dying on the hill that Law dies. All I'm saying is, if you believe he knows about the fruit, then it's very, 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 very likely he dies. I'm wondering if he even knows about the fruit. That's my point of view. I'm not sure if he even knows about the fruit. But if you want to say he does, then the chances of Law dying is astronomically high. Shout out to Troll for the 20, bro. Here's some love. I know it's not much, but man, your content makes me happy, and I look forward to every video and stream. I try to catch every stream, but keep on the grind, fam. Before you know, you'll have 100K subs. Hey, Troll, can we get a W Troll in here? Always coming to the channel. Always dropping the super chats, always being so polite, showing love. Shouts out to the homie, and shout out to L as well. I'm sorry I kept missing super chats today because we're so engaged in this conversation, but shout out to my boy Troll. And hey, you said I know it's not much, bro. A 20, that's a lot of money, bro. You could have just came into stream and we're talking to us and chatting. Like that's enough. But you, not only did you take another step forward by super chatting $20, that's pretty substantial, bro. Don't feel like you have to super chat. Don't feel like you have to drop $1,000 billion. It's extremely appreciated, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro. Big shouts out to Troll KR. Why would Blackbeard know about the fruit? He met Law randomly. He ain't after his fruit. Stop it. Are you talking to me to stop it? I've said numerous times throughout the stream, I don't know if Blackbeard knows about the fruit. I don't know. But if you want to go down the route that he does, then it seems like Law has to die. If you go down the route that he doesn't, then it seems like Law has a much higher chance of living. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. People wanted to crucify me because I gave them a very simple scenario in the case that Blackbeard knows about the fruit. I wouldn't even complain. If Blackbeard doesn't know about Law's fruit, I won't complain. Why would I need to? Why would I need to complain? I wouldn't, one, assume that the fruit is in the book. I wouldn't, two, assume just because Blackbeard is a smart man that he knows everything that's going on in the world. And three, he didn't even mention it 1063. So it's possible he doesn't even know about the fruit. So therefore, Law doesn't die. If you see what Blackbeard said, he mentioned he was waiting on one of the captains from Wano to get poneglyphs. If he knew about Law's devil fruit, he would have targeted him directly. Exactly. And that's another argument I meant to bring up earlier. Like, if Blackbeard knew about Law's fruit, he could have went after Law a long time ago. I'm just saying that if you believe Blackbeard knows about Law's fruit, then it's extremely unlikely that Law doesn't die. That's all I'm saying. There's no real argument for Blackbeard knowing about the fruit, but yet Law surviving. It's extremely unlikely. It doesn't make sense. What's good, chat? How y'all doing? You think Kid saves Law because they look for the Burn Man? No. That would defeat the whole purpose of post Wano. They literally had Luffy, Law, Kid pick 3 separate directions, 3 separate islands to make their own adventure. For Kid to leave the island he's going to suddenly go to Law, what was the point then? He could have just had Luffy go one direction, Kid and Law go the same direction. Plus, Kid doesn't owe Law anything. I would even argue that Law and Kid will lose to Blackbeard, Aokiji, and everyone else with them. If Blackbeard didn't kill Ace, he won't kill Law. That is not a good argument. Okay, this isn't even my last comment. It's just terrible arguments in the chat by some people. Someone said if Blackbeard didn't kill Ace, he won't kill Law. That's a garbage argument. Law didn't have a fruit that grants immortality. Why are we comparing Blackbeard not killing Ace to Blackbeard killing Law? It's not a good comparison. You gonna make a video about this, LOL? I feel like you could easily make a 10-minute video to get the community arguing. Yeah, I could, but I don't really want to. Do you like the theory that Sabo is crazy and likes to hurt people? I like it because it would show the difference between Ace and Sabo. No, it just seems very unnecessary. It seems very unnecessary. Blackbeard handed Ace over to the world government to become a warlord. Killing Ace would make no sense. Yeah, so exactly what Stein said. The whole point of not killing Ace was for a methodical gain on Blackbeard's part. Like what Stein said. Giving up Ace to the Marines, we know that's how he became warlord. Are we just gonna ignore that context? That's why it's not a good comparison. Also, the whole point of killing Law is to make Blackbeard perpetual youth. Like there's no like I am so done with this conversation, bro. Please can we talk about something else, please, chat? Please, Lord, please take me out. I want out. Please. Honestly, Sabo having that dark side of him kind of makes sense. He's originally royalty. Yeah, but doesn't that take away from his personality? The point of Sabo is he's from royalty. He saw the classism in Goa Kingdom like Dragon, and he believes it's wrong. He wants to rebel against the system. But like you have to erase all that pointless buildup, that pointless character exposition for him to suddenly be bad. It seems extremely weird. Plus, like, he was raised by Dragon. I was looking into it a while back. Wasn't he raised by Dragon for like 10 years? Yo, John, what's good, bro? Just ignore everybody that talks about it and read the chats about something else. Good strat. Do you like that hockey is a counter to devil fruits? I do, because it explains how Shanks and Goldie Roger are so strong. Yeah, I mean, there needed to be what Stein Exos, brilliant guy, guys. Stein Exos, he's in chat right now. Shout out to Stein Exos. If you guys like videos about One Piece and anime and Naruto and stuff like that, where you're actually using your brain, and you're not reaching, and you're looking at the facts, go subscribe to Stein Exos. But he mentions how with hockey in One Piece, a lot of the time it's hacks prevention. Like when you look at devil fruits in One Piece, there's some devil fruits that are completely broken. They're what you would call hacks, right? Hockey being this inner willpower, this inner spirit, being able to deflect devil fruits, nullifying devil fruits, whatever the case might be. Oda needed to have that in the story. That's why, like, I'm assuming if someone had enough strong haki, Sugar's fruit wouldn't work on them. Like, imagine, like, do you think if Sugar touched Emu, that Emu, the king of the world, would suddenly become a toy? Or Sugar touching Kaido? No. I'm like 99% sure, as far as haki goes, that would stop that. Same thing with Law, right? Wasn't Law trying to teleport characters around? And why couldn't Law do it? Because people's haki was too strong. So we need, I forgot why I'm even talking about this. What message was it? I forgot why I brought this up, but the whole point of, maybe not the whole point, but a large point of haki is to be that counterforce to hacks, aka devil fruits. Shout out to L for another super chat. You think Pudding has different colored eyes now? No. I'm pretty sure we saw Pudding with her third eye opened already. Right? I mean, there's not much to say. The spoilers are basically saying, like, yo, Pudding has her third eye open, Pudding awakened, whatever, you know, whatever wording that is. But I think it's just, it's nothing extravagant. She literally just has her third eye open, like how she's had it open before. I don't think it's a different color. I don't think it's shooting a laser. I think it's literally just her eyes open, like just that. Can we talk about Big Mom's death? Is she's really dead? And Blackbeard going after her devil fruits. So the interesting thing about Big Mom dying, we know through the spoilers now, because the spoilers got updated, TCB spoilers. They said they updated it because it wasn't the same as last night. They said, where is it? Pudding has dialogue where it says, if mom were alive, she would shut you all up, which almost doesn't feel like a confirmation. So with, like, I don't know, the first spoilers, it said confirmed. If I read that dialogue that's in 1064, I wouldn't say, oh, that's I wouldn't call that confirmation. This is why the leakers and the spoilers can be very bad. They like to over exaggerate and downplay things a lot, where it's just like, you said it was confirmed, and then when we look at the actual dialogue, that's not confirming, to me at least. And another thing, I posted this in the spoilers channel earlier, guys. I don't know if you remember, but there's a page in Whole Cake Island where the tree, I forgot what the tree's name is. I'm looking at the panel. Maybe I should just show you guys. Let me show y'all. So there's a tree, right? The tree says, it is well known that Mama's Vivre card holds absolute power over the homies. In fact, even Mama's own children are forbidden to hold a piece of it. Meaning, Pudding, Katakuri, Perospero, all of those people that are children of Big Mom do not have Big Mom's Vivre card. So, previous to this, I actually forgot about this page. I forgot this happened. So, if you try to argue that Pudding saw Vivre's of Pudding saw Big Mom's Vivre card, that idea is refuted by this page. So that is one thing to take into account, because, like, don't get me wrong, without that page you would be like, oh, Pudding having Big Mom's Vivre card, like, that's very simple. Like, even Lola and Nami had Big Mom's Vivre card, but according to that page in Whole Cake Island, the children don't have her Vivre card. So I wouldn't really just brush that off. I think that is really important context, you know. This is why I don't make theories. I didn't remember that at all. You have to be very attentive, bro. That's why I'm continuing my One Piece reread, bro. How do you think Aki Inu knows about the battle? No, Kuzan, that makes no sense. Literally just intercepting Blackbeard calls. We know Kuzan's not friends with Aki Inu at all. Um, how did Lola have one? Phenomenal question. No idea. She probably did it in secret. I mean, that's like the only thing I could really say, right? She secretly got Big Mom's Fairy card. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. Because in Whole Cake Island, which was hundreds of chapters later, the tree says the children aren't allowed to have the Vivi cards. So, I mean, will Blackbeard be stronger than Roger and Primebeard? I want to say no. I think Emu will be stronger than Primebeard and Roger. I think Blackbeard will be lower than Roger. Okay, Blackbeard. Then it's Roger and Primebeard. Then it's Emu. And through Luffy defeating Emu, Luffy becomes the strongest person to ever live. Plus, when you look at like the context of Emu running the world government, being the king of the world, you know, probably having a large hand in killing Joy Boy and Nika, I feel like Emu has a lot more precedence for being stronger than Roger and the strongest person ever, rather than Blackbeard. I feel like I know in my heart Emu's gonna be stronger than Roger, but do I want to put Blackbeard stronger than Roger as well? What do you think, Stein? Obviously, Blackbeard's an absolute massive powerhouse, but do I want to put him above Roger right now? I'm unsure. I feel like it'll be the way I kind of see the story heading, and like, you know, trying to predict how the story would end. I think it would be like Luffy and Emu were the only people that surpassed Roger. Lola had one because Big Mom wanted to know how to get to Elbaf, and when Lola married Prince Loki but never took place, so Lola had one because Big Mom wanted to know how to get to Elbaf when Lola got married to Prince Loki, but that never took place, so Lola held on to the. Okay, I get you. Yo, my boy Axe was good, bro. Was good, Axe. Would Dragon attack Marijoa if Kizaru and Akainu are away? I don't know. He could have just done that already, right? I don't think like Dragon putting himself in the middle of action or putting himself in a war zone or putting himself in a risky situation is worth it. Why would Dragon go to Marijoa when he could send Sabo and a few good men? It seems pointless. It's like, why send Vegapunk to Amazon Lily when you could send Seraphim? Why send Vegapunk to Sabaody when you could send Pacifistas? You don't have to put the guy running the show in the middle of a war zone. There's no point. If anything, it's just it's risky, because in the case that the top guy does get, like, let's say Dragon did go to Marijoa, right? Marijoa, whatever. And let's say, you know, there's all these admirals, all these people there, Cypher Pole, all these people there to gang on Dragon. The Revs will have no leader. You could try to argue, oh, Sabo will run the Revs, but is Sabo gonna run the Revs like Dragon is? Like the Revs losing Dragon is way worse than the Revs losing Sabo. Way worse. So then that kind of makes you think, like, why send Dragon then? It's not worth the risk. It's really not. Seraph Kuma. What's Seraph Kuma? Is that Seraphim? Seraph Kuma told on CB0 and could be the ultimate Kuma body with Kuma's brain. Sabo for Supreme Leader. Ace in Luffy's card is a big paper, but when Lola gave to Nami, it's a small piece. I think Big Mom children spotted Vivi card because Perospero mentioned Big Mom is alive when she fell in water in Wano. You're saying that they split Big Mom's Vivi card. So my thing though, by the way, Anime Dimension, shout out to my boy Anime Dimension, big dubs in chat for my boy for super chat, and appreciate the support. It's just, bro, my problem is like, what's the point of saying that Big Mom's children don't have Riri cards if like they have them anyways and there's no repercussions? And what makes it worse is like, this was such a small detail that a lot of people forgot and missed. They said that Big Mom's children didn't have that they didn't have Riri cards. So it's just like, you're only tricked if you paid attention? Seems kind of weird. I feel like if you're gonna try to trick people that read your story, you would trick them in the wide open, something with like that's common knowledge. I don't know, man. I'm curious. What do you guys think, chat? What do you think? Do you guys think when they created Big Mom's Riri card, it was a big sheet of paper, and that they split up that Riri card in a million different pieces and gave it to everyone? Stein says even Cracker was surprised at Nami having the Riri card. Yeah, it says my problem isn't even with One Piece or Oda or Big Mom or anything like that. My problem would be with the leakers, because they said that Pudding confirmed she died. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how she confirmed it or what she has, but it says confirmed, so I guess Big Mom's dead. That's how I was rolling with it. But now that I'm looking at this dialogue where it's like, oh, Big Mom, if she was alive, she would beat you up. It seems like, is that confirming? If I was a leaker, if I was posting spoilers, I wouldn't have said Pudding confirms. I don't think that's a confirm. Yo, is my screen black for you guys? Also, I missed out. This is kind of like my bad, but I missed out on. I forgot about that page with the tree, where the tree's talking about the children not being able to have Big Mom's Riri card. I forgot about that, so that was like a miscalculation on my part. So, yeah, even prior to the spoilers, people would ask me, "Do I think Kaido's dead? Do I think Big Mom's dead?" People ask me that all the time, always on my stream. I never had a conclusive answer, so I'm back to inconclusive. I don't know. Inconclusive. It's just these spoiler posters, they said confirmed, and that shit is not confirmed, in my opinion. Well, it's tough to see, man. But chat, I think this was a good 2.5 hours. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will try to work on a video soon for you guys' entertainment. Be on the lookout for that. Today is Tuesday. On Thursday, we're going to stream again. We're going to stream at noon. And like I said, chat, if you guys want me to review your theories, if you guys want me to react to your theories live on stream, it's very simple. Join my Discord server at the top of the stream chat. Join the server, and there's a theories channel. Post whatever you want, as long as it makes sense. Don't post spam, because then you'll get muted. Don't post trolls. Don't post spoilers. You will get muted and probably banned even. Join my Discord server, top of the stream chat. Post in the theories channel. We'll be back this Thursday for a stream. We'll be talking about the chapter. We'll react to the chapter when it drops. We'll react to your guys' theories live on stream. It'll be a fun time, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure when we're going to go live on Thursday. I like to go live for a while. That way we could talk about loads of One Piece before the chapter. That way we could build hype for the chapter. I like to do that. But I feel like, you know, starting at noon when it drops at like midnight, 12 hours, like I feel like it's kind of a lot. So I'm not sure, but there will be a countdown. I'm going to have on my channel, there's going to be a countdown. It'll say like, oh, X amount of hours, X amount of days. You guys will know. Just keep visiting my channel. It'll be on the channel page at the top. You'll see a countdown leading to the stream. But either way, bro, everybody here have an awesome day. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Shout out to L for all the super chats today. Shouts out to everyone who subscribed to the channel. Shouts out to Taylor Jackson for multiple super chats. Shout out to Anime Dimension for his super chat. Shout out to Troll KR for that 20 bomb. Shout out to everyone who contributed. Love you guys. All y'all have a nice day. Y'all little motherfucking goats. One last time I'm warning y'all before I slap y'all. join my Discord server.